Hey everybody, thanks for clicking on Liz the One TV. I'm your girl Liz the One. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button for your girl. Tap the bell so that way you can be notified of my latest greatest videos. And now it is time to gossip like a diva. So, this episode of Basketball Wives, Season 8, Episode 17, the reunion show, was tacky. It was tacky. They didn't want to be on the stage with OG. Phoebe had her lace front, had her head looking like this. This is it's just pathetic. Like, it's ridiculous. And I got on Malaysia. I'm gonna start calling her by her real name, which is LaQuisha. I got on LaQuisha because LaQuisha be wearing them tied wigs and lace fronts and stuff like that too, but I ain't never seen her head look like this. See what I'm saying? And I get on people like that because lace fronts and wigs, I mean, they're cute. And from time to time I might dabble, but they're not to be worn all the time because really they're just to make you look good. Like when you go out and you don't feel like doing your hair or something like that and you ain't have time, you can throw one on and you can slay it. You can rock it so that way you can look good in your photos too. But you don't wear it all the time because every lace front don't look good on everybody. I mean, this crease and then from this angle right here, it's just horrible. It's just a horrible lace front. It's just terrible. But, Phoebe's cheap anyway. She just a really cheap heifer. She do cheap stuff, okay? She's just the cheapest one, just period. Anyway, so let's get into the rest of the drama. So, Evelyn, as you all know, had filed a restraining order against OG, but the judge denied it because you can't be this aggressive, hopping across tables, throwing bottles, water, like all that other stuff. You just can't be a bully and then all of a sudden somebody stands up to you and now all of a sudden they're bullying you. Doesn't work like that, boo. So, let's move on. So, in the beginning, OG thinks that she's about to be vindicated, so she was feeling really good about it. But the other women kind of came together, LaQuisha, Nostril O'Neill, and Evelyn. I know it had to be them. They didn't really want OG on the stage, so they sent Mark Lamont Hill to the back to sort of talk to her, and production as well, because I believe that production had a hand in it too. They sent them to the back to sit up here and talk to her and tell her that the other women didn't feel safe around her. And then he showed her the other set that they would have her shooting from, and she didn't want to shoot from it. And I'm not mad at her because she did nothing wrong. And she's sitting here trying to explain that to him, and he's trying to convince her to stay, So what he does is he goes and he gets Jackie, and he goes to get Cece. And, Jackie is trying to, convince her to stay, hey, I'll sit with you, blah, blah, blah. And Cece is like, it's not right. And so OG says that if I can't be out there and you don't put the aggressive ones in the back, then I'm just leaving. I'm just going to go home, which I ain't mad at her for. Go home. And Cece was, she ride or die for her friends. So she was like, well, I'm going too. And, Jackie decided to go onto the stage. But in the meantime, Evelyn, evil Evelyn, has got a boatload to say that she will not say to OG's face. She's sitting up here talking about her, talking about how she broke, her man broke, they live with her mama, and she's talking about her toe. She got a toe longer than a CVS receipt. But you don't have these same chops in her face. You see what I'm saying? And this is why your thing for a restraining order gets denied. So Jackie is basically upset. So CC OG, I'm hopping ahead of myself because I get irritated every time I have to talk about Evelyn and just this fakeness. So CC, Byron, OG, and her man Kwame, they all leave because they're leaving. They change their outfits and they leave. Jackie is pissed because she wants to sit by Mark Lamont Hill. And I ain't mad at her for it. I was going to be like, Jackie needs to calm down. But I ain't mad at her because, Evelyn, what did you do this season? Shawnee, what did you do this season? The only thing you all did was meddle in other people's family problems. And you got mad claiming that OG shouldn't have done it to Kristen. But like OG said, they got one set of rules for them and another set of rules for, her. So Jackie throws her bitch fit. Shawnee comes out to tell Evelyn, like, hey, come sit by me because pretty much uh, Jackie won't come out. And then, Evelyn tries to make it seem like she's got chops. Like, oh, well, if she's going to act like that, I'm not going to move. But she eventually moves, and then the show gets started. And then I noticed a few things. Like when Mark Lamont Hill was addressing, he pretty much got a few things wrong. Tammy was not at that damn reunion because she was sick. She was not finna show up. When she was done on that one episode that was supposed to be her exit episode, y'all knew that her ass was not coming back. She's on to bigger and better things in life. And y'all knew she wasn't about to sit up there and just be going back and forth with y'all. She out here living her best life, okay? She done got remarried. She's on a good show. She acting for real, not for fake. So you knew she wasn't coming, okay? And OG never said that she didn't want to be on the set with them. They are some cowards and they don't want to be on the set with her, even though they kept starting with her all season. And Cece was not about to sit up here and like not be there to support her friend. Even though later OG wound up coming back, and I wish she wouldn't have done that. But I digress, and I'm going to show a random picture of Phoebe's lace front right here. Because, y'all, this is pathetic. Phoebe is so cheap. Anyway, let me move on. Let me stop picking on her lace front. So they bring up, like, and he asks the audience, like, do you all think that OG is aggressive? Like, raise your hand or something like that. A couple of people raised their hand. One person raised two hands. So they really couldn't sell her being the aggressive person narrative, even though that's what Shawnee O'Neal was trying to push. Like, in all of her confessions, she said that OG, she's aggressive. She's just aggressive. She's just aggressive. And then she was sitting here excusing the behavior of Evelyn and Malaysia's table throwing behind. But OG's aggressive. And then she tried to claim that OG was trying to fight Phoebe, and she even pushed her and was attacking production. And I don't believe that not one bit, because I feel like if you had that footage, all y'all do is fight on this damn show, you would have showed it. So I'm just sick of Shawnee lying. So I think that defamation of character lawsuit that Evelyn has out is just going to get thrown out as well, because you're a joke. It's just a flat out joke. You don't get to cry victim later. And then a couple of disgusting things when they were showing like the flashbacks and how they went out to the desert, Evelyn and Jackie, and then the shaman put a rock on her pom pom, and Mark Lamont Hill inquired about it, and she was like, it's wet. If this ain't the most thirsty, nasty, this was just disgusting. It was this is how much I'm rambling. It was just an uninteresting reunion, and then they got the nerve to make two parts out of this crap. Like, it's just disgusting. So moving on, Phoebe sits up here and she tries to lie, talking about this song was not about OG. We know that the song was about OG because you talked about it, and Jackie held her feet to the fire, like it was, pretty much. They sat up here, and Shawnee at some point tried to fake like she was about to leave, and we knew she wasn't about to leave. Okay? Like I said, it was an uninteresting, uneventful show, because it was just pathetic. Half the time, Mark Lamont Hill, he's trying to get some free pom pom from whoever is going to give it to him. That's pretty much what it seemed like after the whole Evelyn rock on her pom pom part. Now, Mark Lamont Hill is a good guy. He's an intellectual. He's very smart, but that was not a good look. So he probably shouldn't do it again. The audience had been sitting there forever. This was just a tired, dry. And then when the issue of colorism was brought up, Malaysia, who looked like this at one point, but now looks like this. Or let me call her by her real name, LaQuisha Pargo, claimed that that's not true. Like, there is no colorism. And she claims, you know, like, oh, Christian's dark and Malaysia's dark. So LaQuisha and Jennifer and what's her Kristen, you know, claimed that the colorism thing was not true. But yes, it is, because OG brought up a good point when she came back later. You all are really literally kissing behind to be in this circle of people that don't care about you. Look at how they treat Jennifer. Okay? Look at the whole 180 that Malaysia did just to be in it. But when Brandy Maxfield was there, you know, she couldn't stand Nostril O'Neill and Evelyn either. But now all of a sudden she's pro them. So you either need this check, honey, and so you're kissing butt to be in this ridiculous circle that I don't see any benefit coming from for Kristen, because Kristen is still working a full-time job from what I hear, because the show doesn't really pay that much, okay? So, and then back to the comments that Evelyn made about OG in the beginning about her being broke and not really having a job. Well, Evelyn, what do you do? What do you do? You don't do anything besides lay on your back and do reality shows. Like, that's your job. If that's a job, that's pathetic. It is really pathetic, okay? Shawnee, we know that you want to be back with Shaq. I mean, like I said, that's really all I have to say about this tad-ass episode, okay? They could have just really put everything into one. They wasted most of the time talking about, you know, some of the behind the scenes stuff, trying to figure out who was going to be there and who was not, playing musical seats and stuff like that. And I just think that it was disgusting. And then when OG did come back, she brought up some really good points. But all in all, part one was really a failure. I'm going to watch part two because I said I was going to do the reunions and then nothing else. But more news, people are now going after the advertisers, to kind of get this show off the air. And that's really kind of where you have to hit them. You have to hit them in the pocket. So people have kind of been contacting Allstate and Geico, like the ads that they've seen run on Basketball Wives, like, you know, because if you can go after their sponsors, you can get them off the air. This show is just really disgusting, you guys. But let me show Phoebe's lace front. Let me show Phoebe's lace front again, because it'll make me feel better. This is pathetic. Why Phoebe do this? Now, certain people never wear wigs or lace fronts because they know that overall it's not a good look. Like, you don't see Jackie in one. I give Shawnee that. You don't see her in one. You don't really see Jennifer in one. Like, but you see Malaysia in one, and I thought hers was, or LaQuisha, I thought hers was bad. But Phoebe, not only are you not coming back the next season, but you had to go out looking like you went out looking like this with this sorry ass lace front. Like, who does that? I'm gonna leave it at that, because it ain't really nothing else to say. But, you know, I want you guys to have a great day, and if you're feeling a little down, check out Phoebe's lace front. Thank y'all for clicking on Liz the One TV. I'm your girl, Liz the One. Make sure you subscribe. And if you want to donate to this platform, the link will be below in the description box and pinned to the top in a comment. Peace out.